Hello, dear viewers. Welcome to my new YouTube channel, Theoretical Maximum, where we tackle all kinds of difficult problems in theoretical physics. Let's begin. Our first topic is the famous paradox of Achilles and the tortoise. This paradox is one of several famous paradoxes thought up by Zeno of Elea. If you Google Zeno, one of the first things you will find out about him is that he was a pre-Socratic philosopher. Pre-Socratic, you say? He old. Nevertheless, he was a very able philosopher. He did a lot of thinking and even wrote some of it down. He was mostly concerned with paradoxes of plurality, space, motion, and time. As usual, it takes a philosopher to formulate a paradox and a physicist to resolve it. So, let's dive right into the Achilles paradox. We have Achilles, the athlete, and a tortoise, a slow turtle, enter a race. Achilles, being the gentleman he is, gives the tortoise a head start of d0. Achilles is certain that no head start could prevent him from winning the race, as his speed v is bigger than the speed of the tortoise u. And elementary kinematics seems to confirm this. As long as v is greater than u, and both are constant, no matter what head start the tortoise gets, there will always come a point at which Achilles takes over the tortoise. One can easily calculate at what time t this happens. At that time, Achilles will cover the distance v times t, and the tortoise will cover the distance u times t, their difference being, of course, d0. Putting it in equation, we get this. Now, from this equation, we can easily calculate the required time. So t is equal to d0 divided by v minus u. And it is clear that for all possible d0s, as long as v is bigger than u, t is a finite number, and Achilles will catch up with the tortoise. So, what seems to be the problem, officer? Where is this paradox I keep hearing about? Well, Zeno reasoned somewhat differently. Instead of looking the race in its totality, Zeno focused on a stepwise approach, so that in each step, Achilles catches up with the previous position of the tortoise, and in the meanwhile, the tortoise advances a bit, escaping Achilles. For example, Achilles will cover the initial distance d0 in time t0, which is equal to d0 divided by v. But during that time, the tortoise advances a bit at a distance d1, which is just u times t0. Okay, but then Achilles covers the distance d1 in time t1, which is d1 divided by v, but during that time the tortoise still advances by another distance d2, which is just u times t1. And this thing goes on and on infinitum. So, it seems that it takes infinitely many steps for Achilles to catch up with the tortoise. Good thing for us, we can calculate what the duration of each of these steps is. So for the nth step, its duration is just d sub n divided by v, which is equal to this expression here. Okay, so where's the paradox? If you ask Zeno, one cannot undertake infinitely many steps in a finite time, and therefore Achilles can never catch up with the tortoise. But is this really true? Let's try to add up the duration of all the steps in the Zeno approach and see what do we get. So we write t is equal to t0 plus t1 plus t2 and so on. This is more compactly written using the summation symbol. We know what tn is because we calculated it on the previous slide, and we can plug it in. Then we take out the constant term in front of the summation symbol, and we get a simple sum. So we have a number u over v, which is smaller than 1 because the speed of the tortoise is smaller than the Achilles speed, and this is all raised to the power of n and summed over. This type of sums is a series called geometric series. And geometric series are very special series because they are very easy to calculate, and we can immediately write down what the solution is. So this geometric series is equal to 1 over 1 minus the thing inside the brackets, which is u over v. Now, if we rearrange our final solution, we get the same result as we had before. So t is equal to d naught divided by v minus u. In the end, it seems there is no paradox, only a misinformed Zeno who thinks that a sum of infinitely many things must necessarily be infinite. So in this case, physicists won, philosophers nil. Thank you for watching. For more, please consider supporting me and following on these social networks. Until next time, stay sharp, keep solving, keep evolving.